Okay, our last conic we're going to cover. It's called a hyperbola. I like to call it a hyperbola because then I remember how to spell it. But now we have a minus with two squares. And our A and B can be different or it can be the same. It doesn't matter. But there's three things I want you to find. The center, the vertices, which is points that are distance from the center, kind of like your starting points, and then something called the asymptote. An asymptote is an item that you get closer and closer to, but you can never touch it. It's like an electric fence. You touch it, it's bad. Now, the center, you should know. I mean, goodness, how many times have we done it? It's HK still. Now remember, the H is always with the X. Now the vertices is the term that doesn't have the minus in front of it. So in this case, the minus is with the Y, so the vertices go with the number, the square of the number under X. So I'm just going to put it that way. A square root of number under X. Oops. X. So, the asymptote is always Y equals plus or minus the square root of the number under Y, no matter if it's here or here, divided by the square root of the number under X, no matter if it's the first or the second, X. Because you actually have two lines that form the asymptote. So Y equals slope X, that's the equation of a line. So good. Now this one. So for the hyperbola, I call it the CVA. CVA. So we're looking for the CVA. Now again, the center is always HK even though X is over here. And in this case, it's going to be the square root of the number under Y. Because the Y doesn't have the minus in front of it. The minus goes with the X. It's kind of like a voided area because of that minus. Then the asymptote is still Y equals plus or minus the square of the number under Y divided by the square of the number under X. Now X. So let's see. What is my CVA? Now, an actual hyperbola, sorta, it's not, but it sorta looks like two parabolas that are back to back. No, it's not, but it sorta looks that way. But the center, 2, 0. Vertices. The X does not have the minus, so it's left, right, 2. Then the asymptote is Y equals plus or minus the square of the number under Y divided by the square of the number under X, so 3/2 X. So let's plot this. 2 zeros here. It goes left, right, 2, so here and here. And here we go, 3/2 from the center. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So notice it's always above and below, so it lines up. Now some people, what they'll do is draw a box, and then the asymptote are the diagonals. Now they're dashed because it's something true about the hyperbola, but not on the hyperbola. So we. Now, You should never ever touch the hyperbola, but this gets closer and closer to it without touching. And you should never draw like a McDonald's sign either. So this one, the Sava. I should have already drew these, but I forgot. Now it's the X number, Y number. So it's -2, 1. We're going to go up, down, 1 because it's under the Y. And it'd be Y equals plus or minus square the number under Y divided by square number under X. So we're going to go -2, 1. So up, down, 1, yowzer, yowzer. Then it's up 1 over 2. Up 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. Kind of looks like a Star Wars spaceship, doesn't it? So we curve, 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 curve. Now be careful, you should never do whoa, no. So here's 2 more problems. Go ahead and do them and then turn me back on. Okay, so let's see what we have. Should have already drawn these. I know I said that earlier. Sorry. So find your Sava. So, X is first, minus is not in front of it, so it's going to be 0, -3, and left, right, because the minus is in front of the Y, 2, square this number, then Y equals plus or minus the square of the number under Y divided by square number under X. So it'll be 0, -3, left, right, 2, and it's up 3 over 2, down 3 over 2. Yo-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. So, yowzer, 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 yowzer. Now this one, I got to get it in proper form, so I divide everything by 4. So my center is going to be 0. My vertices are going to be up, down, 1. And my asymptote is going to be Y equals plus or minus 1/2 X. So 0, 0. Then it's up, down, 1 again. Then up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, oops. Down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, yowzer, yowzer, mercy. Oops, that was bad, mercy. Now again, you're not supposed to touch the axis of symmetry, but you're supposed to look like you're getting closer and closer. Oh, look at this. Completing the square again. How exciting. So this would be x squared plus 8x. Half of 8 is 4 squared. 16 minus, factor out a -4. So this would be y squared. Watch out. That's plus 2y. Half of 2 is 1. 1 squared is 1. So I'd have 16 minus 4. 4 times 1 is 4. So that's plus 12. So that's x plus 4 squared minus 4. Y plus 1 squared. So divide by 16. Do. So go ahead and see if you can put this one in proper form for me, please. I'd appreciate it. Okay, so this you would add 9. Here you would factor out the negative. This is supposed to be an x. Sorry about that. So this factor on negative, so it's x squared minus 4x. Half of 4 is 2, 2 squared is 4. But negative times that's minus 4. 9 minus 4 is 5. So this is 16. So this would be x minus 3 squared over 16 minus x minus 2 squared over 16, because it divided by 16. Now, a hyperbola can have the same bottoms. So that means the slope of my asymptote is going to be 1. The square root of 16 over the square root of 16. Okay, well, I hope this helped you. Have a good day.